his second 6th-team foul. Andre Austin shooting 2.
As Bismarck High School basketball player Andre Austin shot his free throws against Jamestown High, racist chants were heard. And this would be a theme throughout the matchup. In just mere moments, Austin would be racially abused yet again. However, when Austin is not at the foul line, we only hear screams echo throughout the gymnasium, which was quite a tell. But it wasn't just monkey noises. When non-white players touched the ball, the Bismarck Tribune would describe these chants as war-whopping from fans of the home team. Andre Austin, number 35, spoke on it post-game. Here's what he told the local media. The student section stood close to the court for the entire game, chanting, mocking, bullying, and attempting to throw us off our game, he said. This is my first experience having to endure such hatred and harassment. I love basketball, but this isn't the environment that should be allowed. Austin's mother, pictured here, said she was listening to her son's game while driving when she heard the slurs on the broadcast. They had every opportunity to act right then and there to protect those boys, but they didn't. So for the entirety of the game, those boys were harassed, they were mocked, and it was humiliating. That hurt is everlasting with my son, and that's where I find huge fault for Jamestown High School, Savannah said to the local press. She would write on Facebook, the racial taunts did not stop there. It went as far as a young boy yelling to my son, "Come on, you little N-word," she would add in a post. Quinn Austin, Andre's father, would go on the record saying he also heard the N-word directed at his son when Bismarck took on Jamestown. Another parent of one of the players who was targeted says it's time for action. While he understands kids will make mistakes and can learn from them, he wants answers from the North Dakota High Schools Activity Association and Jamestown High School on how things will change to create a safer environment for all student athletes. As Iowa City High in gray visited Fairfield in white, emotions ran high in a blowout. In this video, one player, though, shoved another. Then the offending player goes back for seconds while the Fairfield player he initially shoved was still on the ground. Players and coaches would separate the two. The game would be called off. However, the question remains, why was this done? What transpired during it? Is there any more information, and what is the fallout? A major player is head coach Brennan Swayzer. The allegations he made following the scuffle are serious. Via local media, both schools would be looking into the incident after a City High player pushed a Fairfield player. Folks intervened and the students were pulled off the court. Swayzer would receive 2 technical fouls, causing him to get ejected from the game. Shortly after, a City High fan was also ejected from the game by officials. The Gazette would report Swayzer, who is black, was ejected from the game in the second half after an alleged racist comment was made, as was a Little Hawks fan. City High Principal John Bacon, pictured here, along with Iowa City Community School District Superintendent Matt Degner, sent the following statement via email, which read in part, "During the game, an official directed a racially charged comment toward our coach. The Iowa City Community School District never condones racism. We stand by our students and staff of color. We are also addressing an incident of physical aggression and helping our students learn better ways to handle a volatile situation." The statement also said that City High coaches decided to leave the unsafe environment in the gym with the student athletes. "Our team received a police escort to the locker room, out to the bus, and out of town," it states. While this is certainly not how we wanted this game to play out, we are thankful that the situation was de-escalated and we could safely leave the school. At a recent high school basketball game, Asia Prudhomme was at the foul line when this happened. Although she would make her attempt, there must be a full investigation for clear-cut evidence of racism in sports at the high school level. While Asia is on the opposing team, the racist chants allegedly came from the Marble Falls side of the gymnasium. Asia, seen here, is a senior at East Central, and like many, she is in shock. This is unfortunately a trend we have seen in sports if you've been following along. Like this high school volleyball match, where Pato took on Jordan HS in the state of Texas. In Orange County, California, more of the same when Makai Brown of Portola High was at the free throw line. Fans from New Prague High School were caught on video doing monkey chants at their opponents, Robbinsdale Cooper. Asia would speak on the racist incident involving her. When I was at the free throw line, I wasn't really paying attention because I was always taught to ignore the stands, focus on the free throw. But after I saw the video, it really hit me in a soft spot, and I was very shocked, she said. When asked how it felt to be publicly harassed, the senior said, "I honestly don't know how I feel because I never had this to me before, so I'm still in shock a little bit. But like I said, I'd rather have the support system that I have and the love that I'm getting from them."
I do not like this game. Oh, so my God. Shut the hell up! Why are they doing that?
At Roy High School in the state of Utah, the student section is caught racially abusing an opposing player.
What was that?
The video cuts out, but we have more details. The parent of a biracial player at Hunter High, seen here, captured the video on her phone. Multiple parents say they heard non-stop racist abuse from the Roy students section. Travis Iono, seen here speaking with a local CBS affiliate in Utah, is a coach with Hunter. Last year, he says, was the same as this year. Heli Takiveya, another parent, echoed these same sentiments. Takiveya went on the record saying she spoke with both administrators, pleaded with them to act, and neither have. The Salt Lake Tribune reported last year players at Hunter feared going back and playing at Roy High because of the mistreatment. An Asian American player was called a dog eater. Other slurs were hurled. Thus, fast forward to the video we just saw. Barking was overheard when an Asian American player touched the ball. Voices scream, "Go home and eat more rice." Video footage supported at least one student's experience during the game where he and other Asian American and Polynesian players were taunted. The Salt Lake Tribune reported Roy High was even warned prior to this very matchup. Still, they were caught on video abusing their opponents yet again. Based on the footage, the barking from the Roy High side of the gym, where there were about 50 students, appears to get louder when the Asian American and Polynesian players on Hunter's team had the ball. At Roy High, the bigotry did not stop with just one or two players. In addition to the Asian American and Polynesian players being teased, some parents said that the Latino students on the team were also being referred to by stereotypical names such as Jose. One mom said her biracial son, Zaquel, was being called Z the Queer. He is not part of the LGBTQ community. Z's mother said a Hunter High parent went up to an administrator of Roy High during the game to report the taunting and try to stop it. The mom came back and said the administrator told her that he hadn't heard anything, but that he'd stand in front of the students section from then on. Meanwhile, after the game, which the barking and yelling continued throughout, according to the parents who spoke with the Tribune and according to their videos, the Roy administrator said he still hadn't heard what some of the Hunter players, a coach, and the parents were all reporting by the end. In light of this, the Weber School District says they are investigating. A spokesperson for Weber SD noted that while investigations are taking place, the school district doesn't believe the incident was racially motivated. That spokesperson, Lane Finley, would then state the following: "This is something that has occurred regularly at games," Finley wrote in an email. "It's been common for the student section to do this throughout a game, and it doesn't appear to be something that is used to target a specific player based on their race. Rather, it's more situational as far as what's going on during the game."